Good morning, children. So today we are going to study the third properties. Okay, that means yesterday we have we were studying the different properties of solid, liquid, and gas. In that first property we have studied that their size, shape, and volume. Right. So we have studied solid state have a fixed shape, size, and volume, but liquid and gaseous state does not have a fixed shape and size, right? But liquid have a fixed volume, but gaseous state substances does not have fixed shape, size, and volume. Okay, why? Because of their large intermolecular space. Okay, in solid state the space is not there. There is no intermolecular space. That is why solids have a fixed shape. But liquid and gas have large intermolecular space, so that solids and gases will not have a fixed shape, size, and volume. Okay, so then we have studied about their then next we have studied about their compressibility, right? That means we cannot press. Compress means pressing. We cannot press. We cannot resize the solid substances. We cannot compress the solid substances. For example, if you are taking a stone and if you are pressing on it, will it get pressed? It will not get pressed. Why? Because there is no space between one molecule and another molecule. If there is gap, means they will come closer. Like liquid and gaseous substances, we can compress liquid and solid state substances, but we cannot compress, we can compress liquid and gaseous substances, but we cannot compress solid substance. What is the reason? Because in solid substance there is no intermolecular space. Okay, the next third property we have studied was fluidity. What do you mean by fluidity? Fluidity means the ability to flow. We know that solid substance will not flow. Like a rock, if you are taking, it will not flow. Okay, if you are taking a pencil or a book, it will not flow. Why it is not flowing? Because in solid state there is more attraction between one molecule to another. That means intermolecular force of attraction is more. Okay, that is why the solid state substances will not flow, but liquid state and gaseous state substances will flow. How they will flow? From high pressure area to low pressure area. Why they are flowing? Because of their weak force of attraction. What is the another name of force of attraction? Cohesion. Because of weak force of attraction or because of weak cohesion, so liquid state and gaseous state substances will flow from high pressure zone to low pressure zone. Okay, so because of, since they can flow, so liquid and gaseous substances are known as fluids. Okay, so up to that much. Okay, up to there we have completed yesterday, right? So up to there we have completed, and today we are going to start the fourth property, that is thermal expansion. Okay, then I am showing you one example, that if you are taking a plastic. Okay, if you are taking a plastic, it is solid, no? You are taking a plastic and just showing it on the fire. Okay, just heating it. That time what will happen? If you will pull on it, if you will pull like this way, what will happen? Its length will increase, no? One, if you are taking a refill, your pen refill you are taking and just heating it, and you are pulling from one side, lifting from one side, that time what will happen? Its length will increase, right? Why? When the temperature increases, okay, when the temperature increases, the substances will expand. All substances, solid substances also, liquid substances also, gas also will expand. Okay, expand means what? Increase in size. Okay, or increase in volume, that is called expansion. So that how it is, that we are going to study. Okay, so what is thermal expansion? Thermal expansion means expansion on being heated. When we are heating a substance, it will expand. That is called thermal expansion. Okay, so you can see which one is having more thermal expansion, solid or liquid or gas. Three of them will expand, but solid will expand very lightly, only very small percentage only solid substances will expand. Okay, the thermal expansion of a solid is very small, that of a liquid is larger, and that of gas is the largest. So which one will expand more? Gaseous substances will expand more because of the large intermolecular space. Because of large intermolecular space, gaseous substances will expand more. So see, on being heated, the molecules absorb energy. Which energy they are absorbing? We are heating, that time which energy is coming? Heat energy is absorbing, and move farther apart. That means if I am taking some a glass of water, okay, so in water there are water molecules, that means some intermolecular spaces are there, and if I am heating this, what happens is these molecules will start to move very fastly. Okay, they will move very fastly. Okay, as a result, after some time, if you will see, means the water level, if you have taken only this much level water, okay, when we are heating, after some time the level of water will increase a little more up it will rise, because the water will expand when we are heating. Okay, so one what activity is there, when I will explain the activity you will understand it in detail. Okay, so the molecules will move, and the larger is the expansion. So this result is in the above mentioned effect. Which effect? Thermal expansion, that is the effect. So how it is happening? When we are heating a substance, whether it is solid or liquid or gas, so when we are heating, what will happen? The molecules will start to move very fastly. As a result, the substance will expand its size or volume. Okay, so you can get an idea about thermal expansion by doing the following activities. So some activities are given, on that we will understand in detail. So take two wooden blocks, okay, of the same height in front of a wall. So I will show you. I have taken one, I have drawn one diagram over here. See, from this itself I will tell you. Here only. So see, here I have drawn the same experiment here. Okay, take a wooden rod. So this one is the wooden rod I have taken. Okay, steel wire I have taken, and I am fixing it on the wall. On the wall I am fixing it. I am fixing this iron rod on the wall, and what I am doing is, here I am keeping a pencil. Okay, here I am keeping a pencil, and what I am doing, I am heating the iron rod. Okay, I am heating. So at the starting time, I have taken the iron rod that is only 5 centimeter length. Okay, only 5 centimeter. I have taken a scale and I have measured its length, only 5 centimeter, and I am heating the iron rod. So after some time, I am checking the length of the iron rod. What happens? From 5 centimeter, its length increased to 7 centimeter. That means it expanded. The length of the steel wire expanded. So this is thermal expansion. How it is expanding? On heating, the molecules will start to move slightly. Solid means the molecules are tightly packed, so they will move only very little length. So from 5 centimeter, only 2 centimeter length has increased. So very short distance they will move, solid substances. As a result, after heating, what happened? The length of the iron rod increased. Okay, so this is the first thermal expansion of solid. Understand? So what is the experiment? Take an iron rod, fix it on the wall, heat the iron rod. Okay, after heating, we can see the length of the iron rod increased. Why it is increased? Because the iron rod expanded when we have heated. Okay, so from this we can say that all solids will expand when we are heating. Understand? So up to here I think it is clear. So our first experiment is clear to you, right? And going to the second experiment about a liquid. Okay, so the experiment is simple. See the diagram. We are taking a bottle, a glass bottle we are taking, and we are filling the glass bottle with a color water. Okay, some liquid, some colors water we are adding, and one pen refill we are fixing on it. Okay, empty refill, nothing is there. Some an empty what empty refill I am fixing, and we can see at the starting time. See, I will show you how we are taking one bottle we are taking. Okay, one bottle we are taking, and we are filling the bottle with some particular color water, full completely I am filling, okay, from the top to bottom I am filling it with some particular color water, okay, and now I am inserting an empty refill into it up to here only, not up to the bottom, up to here, so that this color water will enter the refill up to a particular height, that is mentioned here. Up to here the color water is filled. So after some time, what we are doing, this bottle completely we are taking and we are keeping in a vessel containing hot water, so that what will happen, the bottle is getting heated, we are heating the water, we are heating the color water inside the bottle. As a result, what happened, see the refill color, the color of the water color inside the refill level increased. So from here to here, that means the water will expand, the water expanded on heating, understand. So this is the thermal expansion of liquid, clear. So the water will expand on heating, that is mentioned here. See, fix a transparent straw to a narrow mouthed bottle. In a small bottle, fix a small straw in it, fill with colored water to the brim. Brim means at the top of the bottle, fill up to the top of the water with the color water. Then what, seal the mouth with a sealing paste. So we are covering it without the air to enter, we don't want to allow air to enter into it, so that we are closing it with one glue type one thing, okay. So now place the bottle in a bowl of hot water. So what we are doing now, we are keeping that water inside a bowl containing hot water. As a result, what will happen, the level of the water in the straw rises, the water level, we saw that in this diagram, you see at the starting time the water level is only very less. So after, when we keeping it in the hot water, what happened, the water get heated. As a result, the water molecules will move faster, so that the water will get expanded, so the level of the water increased. So this is the thermal expansion of water, okay, or thermal expansion of liquids. And now the third example is thermal expansion of gas. So first we are taking a boat, same like a bottle we are taking, okay, and what we are doing, and simple balloon we are keeping in it, simple balloon, in this no air, first balloon there is no air, there is no air in the balloon. So next what will happen, when we are heating the balloon, sorry, when we are heating, and this bottle, nothing is there, no water or anything, we are keeping that bottle inside a pan containing water. So now what we are doing, we are taking that bottle and we are keeping inside a vessel containing some water. So as a result, what will happen, we know that in the bottle what is present, some air is present in the bottle, right? So when we are heating, this air will rise up, because I told the air or liquid have a tendency to move from low pressure area, high pressure area to low pressure area. So at the starting time, the air inside the bottle is at a high pressure area, and in the balloon there is low pressure. So when we are heating, what will happen, the air from high pressure area, the air will rise to the bottle, so that this balloon will start to inflate, it will start to blow, understand. So this is the thermal expansion of gas, understand. So this much only thermal expansion. What is thermal expansion? Thermal expansion means expanding because of heating. When we are heating a substance, what will happen? It will expand. It will expand from because of the movement of molecules. The molecules will start to move from its fixed position. The molecules will start to move very fastly. As a result, the substance, solid state or liquid state or gaseous state, what will happen? The substance will start to expand. Clear? So these are the three experiments or the three activities to show thermal expansion. Okay? Then, so what are the different properties of solid, liquid and gas? First property is shape, size and volume. Okay? Solid have fixed shape, size and volume. Liquid have fixed volume but no shape, size, right? it will occupy the shape and size of the container, right? Then what about gas? Gaseous substances does not have any fixed shape, size and volume. Then next property we have studied was compressibility. That means solid substances are non-compressible. We cannot compress solid substances. Why? Because solid substances does not have intermolecular space, so that the molecules are tightly packed, so we cannot compress solid substances. They are non-compressible. But liquid state and gaseous state substances are compressible in nature. Why? Because they have large intermolecular space. And the third property we have studied was fluidity. What is fluidity? Fluidity means the ability to flow. Which is not having the ability to flow? Solid state substances does not have the ability to flow. Why? Because they have large cohesion. What is cohesion? Cohesion means a force of attraction. So, solid substances does not flow because of large force of attraction. But liquid state and gaseous substances will flow. How they will flow? From higher pressure area to low pressure area. That is why liquid and gases are known as fluids. Okay. Then the fourth property of solid, liquid and gas is thermal expansion. So what is thermal expansion? Expanding, change in size when heated. That is thermal expansion. So which one will expand more? Gases will expand more. Which one will expand least? Solids will expand least. Why? Because solid state particles are tightly packed, so that when we are heating the substance, what will happen? The molecules will start to move. But solid state, they will move only very small distance. Okay. Because there is no space to move, so that they will move only very small distance. So when we are heating the substance, they will expand in a very small percentage, small quantity. But liquid and gaseous substances will expand more compared to solid. But the most expanding state of matter is gaseous state, because in gaseous state there is large intermolecular space. Understand? So that much only our three states, properties of the three states of matter. So now we are going to study change in states of matter. So how one substance is changing to another substance. For example, solid state, ice. Ice want to change to water. How it will change? It will melt, no? It will melt. So how it will melt? If you are keeping inside the freezer itself, will it melt? It will not melt. How then it will melt? We have to heat it. Either we have to heat the ice, or we have to keep outside the fridge, so that it will absorb heat energy, absorb temperature from the atmosphere, and it will melt. So that is the first change of state of matter. So see the sentence, the change in state of matter from one to another is called interconversion of state. So from one state to another state. Okay, for example, solid to liquid. When a substance is changing from one state of matter to another state of matter, that is known as interconversion of state. Okay, so first interconversion is solid to liquid. So give an example for a solid substance, ice. So liquid substance is water. So ice is changing to liquid. How it will change? See the sentence. How an ice will change? On being heated to a particular temperature, a solid changes to liquid. So on being heated, when we are heating a substance to a particular temperature, at some particular temperature, what will happen to the solid substance? It will change to liquid state. So see this, the temperature or that property or that process of changing a solid substances to a liquid substance is called melting. You know that ice melt to water, right? So that is melting. Or a candle melt to wax, right? It will melt to liquid wax. So how it is melting? Because when we are burning the candle, it because of that heat energy, that solid wax will melt to liquid wax, right? So how it is taking place? In a solid, for example, if you are considering a steel plate, okay, or if you are taking a table, okay, or whatever it is, a solid state, if you are beating on it, what you will feel? You will feel vibration. No? If you are clapping your hand will feel a vibration, right? Why? Because that all are solid substances. So in solid state, the molecules will only vibrate. They will not move from one place to another. Why? Their molecules are tightly packed, so that the molecule will only just vibrate. Okay. So on being heated, they receive energy from outside. Which energy they will get? Heat energy they will get. So when we are heating a solid substance, let it be ice. So when we are heating the solid ice, what will happen? It will absorb heat energy. Okay. And see, I will show you. If I am taking an ice cube, okay, ice cube I am taking. So in this ice cube, it is made up of small tiny particle called molecules. The ice cube is made up of small tiny particles. Ice cube is made up of small tiny particle called molecules. These molecules are very tightly packed, so that these molecules cannot move from one place to another. They will be very tightly packed. So when I am heating the ice cube, okay, when I am heating the ice cube, what will happen? The molecules of the ice cube will start to vibrate. So that after a particular temperature, after some particular temperature, their vibration will increase very fastly. The molecules will very fastly vibrate. Okay, so that they will move away from one place to another. So that means their intermolecular space will increase. Okay, when they will increase their vibration, they will try to move away from one another, so that the intermolecular space will increase, or in other words we can say their attraction will decrease, force of attraction will decrease, so that the solid ice cube will slowly start to melt. So the particular temperature, at a fixed temperature, the full ice cube will completely melt and changes to water. That fixed temperature is known as melting point. Understand? The temperature at which a solid melt is known as melting point. The temperature at which a solid melt is known as melting point. Okay. For example, the melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. So from 0 degree, that means when we are taking the ice, when we are keeping it outside, its temperature will be at the starting, its temperature will be 0 degrees Celsius, right? When we are taking from the fridge and keeping outside, the temperature of the ice will be 0 degrees Celsius. When we are heating the temperature, when we are heating the ice cube, the temperature will slowly increases from 0, 1, 2, 3, like that it will increase. So the first starting temperature, starting melting point will be 0 degrees Celsius. From 0 degrees Celsius itself, the ice will start to melt. So that the melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Understand? So what is melting point? Melting point is the temperature at which a solid substances or a solid substance completely or start to melt is known as melting point. Okay. So what is the melting point of water, of ice? The melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. And what is the melting point of carbon? 3550 degrees Celsius. Okay. And aluminium 660 degrees Celsius. So this much only melting point. Melting point means the temperature at which a solid melt to liquid. That temperature is known as melting point. It is always a fixed value for each substances. Okay. Then now what we are doing? Now I am interconversion. Interconversion means changing one state to another. Now solid to liquid we have studied. Now we are studying liquid to solid. That means water is coming back to ice. How it will change back to ice? When we are again cooling or when we are freezing the ice, it will change back to when we will freeze the water, it will change back to ice. How it will change? When we are keeping it on the fridge, when we are keeping the water on the fridge, its temperature will slowly it will decrease, and when it becomes 0 degrees Celsius, the water will start to freeze. Okay, so what is known as freezing point? The temperature at which the liquid freezes to ice, or the temperature at which the liquid freezes to solid on cooling. That temperature is called freezing point. Okay, so what is freezing point? A liquid changes into a corresponding solid at a temperature called freezing point. What is freezing point? The temperature at which a liquid freezes, or temperature at which a liquid changes to solid when cooling or when cooled. That temperature is called freezing point. Okay. Then what is the temperature of what is the freezing point of water? The water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. How it will take place? When we are cooling the substance, the molecule, see, in the case of water, first stage it will be water only. Okay, when we are cooling this water, what will happen is these molecules will come closer and closer. Okay, these molecules, what I am drawing now, these molecules will come closer and closer. After some time, their attraction will start to increase. The molecule will come closer and closer, so that their force of attraction will increase. So that at a particular temperature, they will get their cohesion will increase and they will come closer, and at a particular temperature, that entire liquid will changes to solid or freezed. That temperature is called freezing point. Okay. Then the freezing point and melting point will be at the melting point will be starting from 0 degree Celsius. So that we are telling the melting point of water is 0 degree itself. So the melting point of the freezing point of water is also 0 degree Celsius. That means water will start to freeze from 0 degree onwards. That is why we are telling the freezing point of water is 0 degree Celsius. In our coming chapters, we will do from some activities you will study it in detail. Okay. So up to here, all of you should read your textbook. Okay, read your textbook, all of you, and after 2 or 3 topics, we will complete our chapter, and later I will give you the notes. Okay. So thank you.